Hi everyone, Eric Nelson here once again, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. For today, I will be doing another book review on Rhonda Patton's Grayson the Bully, along with Ted and Raymond. Now I know I have I'm sorry. Now I know that I have a Kindle. However, the image of the book cover really doesn't show well on the Kindles, and I really do want this story to be well known, and what better way than to show the actual cover? And since I'm still not all up to date on the technology, I still have to resort to this method. So anyway, here it is. Now, like I said earlier, I want this story very much to be well known because although it is a short story and it is sort of like a kid's, well, actually, it's actually not a children's story. It's actually more like a children's psychology book, but it's also there to entertain, but it's also there to inform as well. But it does so with a real unique story about bullying. And as we all know in this country, and I'm sure in many other countries, the um, um, bullying happens almost every day, if not every day. And it's not just little kids; it's with everyone, even adults. As a but as young children, I think it's a little bit more difficult because they're not sure how to deal with it. And speaking for myself, because I'm sure all of you have noticed my speech impediment, and you can probably wonder how I had to go through grade school and even high school. Yes, I was bullied. And when I was in high school, it was a little easier for me because I had a good comeback, which was this. Oh, so you got nothing better to do in your life, and you have to focus your attention on me? Or like, if you don't like me so much, why are you even talking uh, to me? Now, those comebacks uh, didn't always get me out of the pickle, but for the most part, it actually did. But as a young kid, you know, I just had to sit there and take it, and only because that I really didn't know any other way to handle it. But I kind of wish that now, of course, it's all circumstantial, but I wish that Rhonda Patton had written this book when I was a young kid, and I wish I had picked it up because I think that it really does show the young kids how to deal with bullying. And yes, it is a short story, only 24 pages, but Rhonda Patton is able to get right to the point, and that is, uh, don't ignore it. Yes, walk away if you feel uncomfortable, but don't just walk away. Walk away and let someone know about it. Your parents, your teachers, anyone that can help. And of course, if if there are any young kids watching out there, if you see your friends being targeted as a bully victim, you can go over there and help them, or you can go and get somebody to intervene, like, as I said, a parent or a teacher, anyone. Now I have noticed that Rhonda Patton has written a couple of psychology books, and I think now I haven't read any of them, but I can only assume that they are very well written and very well researched as well, because, well, I can only assume because since she's able to get right to the point in only 24 pages, as well as like downgrading her high intelligence to a young children's level, is actually a really good technique. And I think not only has she wrote a lot of good lessons in the short story, but just the situation in the story was actually very well written as well. And it's basically just the typical bully targets young kids, and what you need to do, as the victim or as an eyewitness to the bullying. So, if now, of course, if any of you see any bullying occur, and if you feel the need to intervene, please intervene, because it may be just, somebody saying, "Oh, you're ugly" and all that. Well, that may be only words, but sometimes words are actually worse, because sometimes they can touch a real nerve. And it's just now I know free speech is free speech, but when free speech when you use free speech, or no, let me rephrase that. If you abuse free speech, it will come to backfire you. And of course, when you abuse free speech, it will hurt. And I don't think hurting people physically or mentally is protected by the First Amendment. At least I don't think so. I could be wrong. You could disagree with me if you want to, but I don't know. I think it's up for a reasonable debate. So anyway, folks, if you want to, if you have any young children, if you have any young children out there who you believe are being targeted by bullies or not, or if you even believe that your child, your very own child is being a bully, have them read this book, and of course afterwards talk it over with them, because believe me, if you don't, who knows? And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but we see on the news almost every day a young kid. I'm not going to go any further, because you all know what. You all know the results. So you can get this book on your Kindle like I did, or anywhere else hopefully, and I hope to see you all at the bookstore or the iBookstore.